The weather still not too clever ahead of the Senior Classic. Some familiar TT regulars are in this one. This 500cc Honda will be guided by the expert hands of Ian Locker.
I'm enjoying riding this classic bike, you know, it's good fun. The weather looks okay now. It's been a bit misty there and a bit rainy there earlier on, but yeah, it's just a matter of keep going, you know. You obviously have to be sort of gentle, real gentle on the bikes and not rev them too much and just keep tucked in.
No, no problems with it all, you know, all through practice week, and you know, just that it has been very reliable. Hopefully, you know, it'll do the 4 laps and we'll be thereabouts at the finish, but it's going to be an interesting race.
The clothing may be very 2007, but machinery certainly is not. Ian Locker on the Honda and Alan Oversby on the 500cc Max Norton get the Senior Classic race underway. Around Quarterbridge and Oversby showing Locker his rear wheel. Oversby, a winner of last year's ultra lightweight Manx Grand Prix race. Number 9 is Watty Brown on the Petty Manx 500. 5, John Goodall on the matchless, following Ryan Farquhar's pattern around Quarterbridge. Farquhar already a second ahead of him. Undoubtedly, one of the characters of the Manx Grand Prix is Chris McGann. Plenty of success in the junior races, but still looking for a senior result. 5 podium places in the last 8 Manx Grand Prix meetings for McGann, but can he transfer that success to the bigger machinery? Next away, John Burrows riding as usual at 16. He's alongside Tony Court. Burrows rides modern Suzukis, but it's Honda for him today. And they're followed by the only Ducati in this race, Bob Millenship from Banbury, about to set off toward the top of Bray Hill. It's Burrows at Quarterbridge, trailing the CB Honda of Tony Court as they make their way out toward Bradbridge. The field made up mainly by Hondas, there's a few Nortons as well. Meanwhile, here's Tony Myers and Davey Morgan. Waiting patiently in Ramsey. The news is Ryan Farquhar and Steve Linsdell leading at Glen Helen, and here's Farquhar. So the clocks are on. As he approaches Parliament Square, he's starting 10 seconds ahead of Linsdell, so we should be able to work out where they are on the road. And here is Linsdell, and he's late. So Farquhar has opened up a gap of around 8 seconds over his patent teammate. Last year's race winner Chris Palmer has gone through a course, and he's third. Restricted access to the mountain for spectators this year, but plenty at the Craig as they wait for race leader Ryan Farquhar to make his way down from Kate's Cottage. Still leading ahead of Linsdell. Palmer's still third, but there's disappointment for both Chris McGann and Roy Richardson, 2 very successful classic racers, but both have already retired from this one. The battle for 5th, Tony Myers leading Mark Parrott. They're starting 10 seconds apart. It's advantage Myers. The Norton leading the matchless. Oh, and here's the battle for 2nd. Chris Palmer's moved up. Alan Oversby is now 3rd. And a disappointing opening lap by his standards for Ian Locker. He's on the fringes of the top 10. His Honda's a 380, the majority of machines nudging 500 cc's. And here's the new race leader, Steve Linsdell. He's charging after these 2, Chris Palmer and Alan Oversby. Ryan Farquhar slipped back after coming in for fuel at the end of lap 1, but he has smashed the lap record for this race. Mark Parrott's managed to pass Tony Myers as they prepare to turn at Craignabar, and he's taken something like 4 seconds off him, yet still trails him by 8. They're still disputing 5th place, but it's Linsdell who now leads, of course. Farquhar dropping to 4th. Here's Watty Brown, 10th at the end of lap 1, 4 seconds behind Rich Hawkins, but just 4/10 ahead of Ian Locker, so it's tight all the way down the order. And Farquhar, and this is the top 4 in the race all together at Parliament Square. Farquhar back in the lead, Linsdell drops to 2nd with Palmer now 3rd, Oversby 4th. A real treat, that's fairly straightforward to work at who's where in this race. Number 5 is John Goodall, and the man he's chasing on the timesheets is chasing him on the road. That's number 8, Alan Brew, and they're currently squabbling over 7th position. Lap 3, Ryan Farquhar. He was leading Linsdell by 3 seconds at the end of lap 2. We can now see Linsdell, when he went through the lights at St Ninians, ahead of both Chris Palmer and Alan Oversby. These 3 Lee still second, third and fourth. Linsdell through Union Mills. Last year he did this race without stopping for fuel, but he wasn't going at this sort of pace then. He may have to rethink that strategy this time. Here's the battle for ninth. Watty Brown leading number 3, Dave Matson-Migdal, by half a minute. Still in 7th at the end of lap 2. Alan Brew on the Sealy G50, 15 seconds ahead of John Goodall. And here's that scrap for 5th. Tony Myers still unable to shake off Mark Parrott, who must get past him on the road and then find at least another 10 seconds. Oh, and there's Ian Locker. On the way up Mayhill, race leader Ryan Farquhar, but only just. Steve Linsdell's taking lumps out of his lead, reduced to just a second at Glen Helen. Can the man from Dungannon hold on to his advantage? The wait is on for Linsdell. Oh, and here they are, Palmer right on Linsdell's tail. Linsdell's trying desperately to hunt down Farquhar. It's going to be Farquhar who's going to win this race. He crosses the line, so joy for Ryan Farquhar, winner of the 2007 Manx Grand Prix Senior Classic. Linsdell was forced to splash and dash at the end of lap 3, which ultimately meant he couldn't catch his teammate. Palmer pushing him for second, but it's a delighted Ryan Farquhar on top.